Hi folks, I hope you're well. So, isn't it interesting? No videos for a while, and then I pop into church and 7 videos from what happened to be just a tiny bit of a conversation. It was about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But an awful lot was said in that 5 minutes, and an awful lot was seen because an awful lot was shown in 5 minutes. And enough to do 7 videos. Because, as I say, for me, it's about understanding. So, therefore, I do a video and then, okay, well, hold it. I've got to look at what the Lord was saying. Because, again, when I've said to these people about, what the Lord was saying, and then obviously the woman who considers herself the joint pastor of the church because she's married to the so-called pastor, even though he's not a pastor either, neither more. But the reality is, well, no, they are according to church. So, okay. According to church, they are pastors. And again, please don't get me wrong on this. I'm not saying they don't work bloody hard for the church. They do. But they don't work hard for God. They work hard for the church. And that's a very different thing. But when you have church has replaced God in the whole point of the Son of God was church. It wasn't. But yeah. But in their understanding, that was the whole point of the Son of God coming, was to create a church. His church. No, that was not the case at all. That was not in any way, shape, or form the most important point. You can see that in the words of the Son of God. The most important point was to point to the Father and tell people about the love of the Father for them, and that there's a new way. And the Father sent his only Son to be killed in a horrendous way because sin was in the way of relationship. That was the point. Now, church thinks, no. Sin is not dealt with. You need church to deal with your sin. But no, you don't. Nope. You need to not be anywhere near church. Because if you go to a church, then your sin will be worse. Because they don't give a crap about your sin. They don't give a crap about the mistakes you make. Because if they did, they would actually deal with their own mistakes. The leaders. They would actually share their mistakes and teach the church about how to deal with mistakes. But they're not. They're not. Because again, choosing the easy way, we can understand why they do that. We can understand why they do it. And again, understand the seed fell on bad ground. That's why they are how they are. It's not about judging the people. It's about understanding why they are where they are and how they are. And the Bible, the Word of God, tells us why that is the case. We know about the seed because the Father gave the message to the Son to give that message to us. John 17 tells us that. So therefore, we know about the seeds. We know about the wheat and the tares. So we know, we can understand. If we look at the math there, if people from the bad ground stayed in the church. And again, how to understand that? Well, yeah. Years ago, you had your family living next to you, or living in the same road on the next road near where you were. So you had that extended family, but not now. And of course, when that changed, people needed to find another extended family. And the church says, that's us. They wanted to be that. The church wanted to be, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because for years they've been talking about, community churches. Yeah. And again, the first time I saw community church was at least 27 years ago. Okay. And that's the point. People wanted that community. That's the word I was trying to find earlier. Community. People wanted that because, again, a lot of people have been alone. So therefore, having that community, yeah, although that community is not really a family, it's not. Because, again, your family should care about you, really, rather than caring about themselves. Because I said before, not wanting to offend people is completely about you, not about them. It's about making people think you are nice. It's not about you being actually nice. It's about making people think you are nice by saying nice things. But again, when you know that how people are is wrong and will hurt them, you don't say anything, then you are nasty to that person, not nice. But again, you can understand why people do what they're doing. Again, I said before, was it the church who started this crap, or was it the world? I don't know the answer about that. It's probably both. Because again, if the church was doing their job, the world wouldn't be thinking, judge people, condemn people, and don't forgive people. Right? So therefore, it's probably both. The world and the church started this crap and wanted this crap to be as it is. So therefore, again, the church and the world are opposite of Father's nature. So again, yes. Yeah. And again, I said before, most of the people in church have been praying for years that God will do something to change it, because they can't do anything. They know they can't do anything. They're waiting for God to do something. And the problem is, God has done everything. He sent his son, his only son, to be killed. He did exactly everything he could do to help us. And they're still waiting for father to do something. Yeah. So for me, again, yeah, that annoys me because, again, I know one day people will understand that. They will understand that one day. And when they do, that's going to hurt them. There you go. Enjoy.